welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darth Balls, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video on how to beat Secret Room number 5 on Rotation 1 of the Doom Tower hard. Right, Rotation 1 is the Frost Spider, and this was the only secret room that took me some time to complete. All the rest have been, which one was it? All the rest have been relatively easy up until this point, but the rare attack champions only provided to be a little bit more of a challenge. So you can see the team I used here, and now it does take a little bit of RNG to successfully beat this. I think I had to play this fight 5 or 6 times to get it, but you only got to beat it once, right? And that's all that counts. So here are the 5 champions. Let's go through them. I'll show you how they're built because they're really not built very well. This could be improved in terms of speed and reliability by maxing out and mastering up all these champions, because most of them don't have masteries. So one of my 2 soul bonds has no masteries. My War Maiden has like a small amount. My other soul bond only has enough to get the crit rate, crit damage. And then my 2 cold hearts are fully maxed with masteries. So this is my main cold heart. Right, she's coming in for damage, basically. She has an AoE, which hits pretty hard, and she has an A3 that decreases the target's turn meter by 100%, which is, it does a lot of damage, yes, but it's more vital to reduce the turn meter in this, because winning this fight is all about control. If you can control how many turns the enemy team gets, that's the key to winning this, right? So the first cold heart is my Rockstar cold heart. She's built like, she hits like a freight train, 322 crit damage, 3,500 attack, enough accuracy to reduce the turn meter. Second cold heart is the one I use in Scarab, so she's built in Destroy. The first one's in Savage, if you didn't notice. This one's at 262 crit damage with 3,600 attack and enough accuracy to do the job. She's running 185, and the first one is running 181, so they're both in around the same speeds as well. I bring in War Maiden. War Maiden comes in for her AoE decreased defense to help me do more damage to the waves faster. It is on a 3-turn cooldown, which is awesome. However, it kind of it didn't line up. You'll see when I let you guys see the run afterwards. I'll clip it to the end. I had to wait around for it to come back, which was funny. But she's built with enough accuracy to do the job. And that's pretty much it. Like, I didn't really focus on anything. I mean, she has a little bit of crit rate. She's got a little bit of crit damage, really terrible effective HP stats. And honestly, like, if I hadn't beat it this last time, I would have beefed her up. Made her, like, not even a damage dealer, right? Full-on tank with accuracy so that she could last through the fight. She's typically the first one to die. And then I have 2 Soulbond Warriors. Both of them are built in Stun Set. And the reason is their A1, her A1 rather, is an AoE. So stun sets work really well with AoEs, right? Because you have a chance to stun everybody with that. She also has a 100% turn meter depletion. It's actually fully depletes, and it's a 100% chance, which comes in very useful. So she is built, this one's built with 75% crit rate. Similar to Cold Heart, her skills give her extra crit rate. An extra 25% on all 3 of her abilities. So you only need her with 75%, right? Smidgen of crit damage to do some, do some work, and accuracy to land the decreased turn meter. The other one is not built to 100% crit rate, nor with enough accuracy. I had originally tried 2 soul bonds just as tanks to try to stun the waves, but it's not reliable enough to do that. And this is another tweak that I would have done had I not been able to complete it. I would have pumped her up to 100% crit rate and enough accuracy to do the job. But she actually, you'll see in the run, she reduces turn meter fairly consistently. I guess I just got really lucky. So you can see these champions, except for the Cold Hearts, really aren't built well at all. And yet it still worked, right? And the reason I was focusing on this now, as opposed to just kind of coming back to it at some other time, is because I'm really close to getting Ramontu. And if there was one rotation that was the easiest to do all 12 of the secret rooms on hard, it's rotation 1. The Frostbiter, the first iteration of Doom Tower, has some of the easier hard secret rooms. So after this, the only block is going to be the affinity bonuses, and I'm pretty close to getting 2 at this point. That'll be a piece of cake on any rotation, at least for now. This seemed impossible to me 6 months ago. But let me pull the run up, and I'll talk you through some of the strategy as the run plays. And all right, so here's the run. Right, first, War Maiden comes in with her AOE decreased defense, right, to help me increase the damage that I do. Then I do my A2 with one of the Cold Hearts. I use my A2 with one of the Soul Bonds to do a little bit extra damage. Sometimes Cold Hearts first hit doesn't do so well. Another A2 and then an A1 on the Soul Bond. Now this Cold Heart gets her turn, but you'll notice that first round the enemies only got 1 turn, all 5 of them, right? So you can see my health is still doing pretty well, but unfortunately, War Maiden's A3 is not off cooldown. So I have to figure out what to do in the meantime. And what I do is I use turn meter depletion. So first I go for one of the 2 ally attackers, and then I go for the other one. Then I go for one of the Cold Hearts, and I go for one of the other ones. Now, that one got resisted, but the stun set kicked in, right? So out of these 5 champions on their first turn, only one of them gets a go. Now I've got the decreased defense back. I come in with the A2 on the first Cold Heart and the A1 on the second because the A2 is not back yet. And then I A1 with the Soul Bonds. Did I do the A2? Yeah, I did an A2. Nope, I A1 with the Soul Bonds, hoping to get a stun off. A1 with the War Maiden and A1 with the Cold Heart, and we're on to the third wave with the full team. So again, War Maiden's decreased defense is not back, so I got to work through it again, but this time I don't have all my abilities, right? Here's one, I go for the Cold Heart. I don't have it on the second one, so I A2, right, to do some damage. I don't have it on my Soul Bond yet either, so I just want to do potentially stuns, right? I got 1 off and another one, and I got really lucky there. Almost just caught my words, choking on my words. 2 stuns popped off on the second Soul Bond, which means only 2 enemy champions were able to get their turn after the first round of attacks. Now you can see I lose War Maiden here, so no more decreased defense. And I lose my main Soul Bond, right? But my first Cold Heart comes through with her A2. I still don't have the A3 back, so I A1. I A1 to try to get some stuns. I get 1 out. Right? I A1 again with Cold Heart, and at this point, I'm hoping I get it, right? I get my A3 back, and I pop it on, I think I go for the kill. Oh, I go for the A1 to get the kill reliably. And then I use the turn meter reduction on the second Soul Bond. I use Cold Heart's A3. I forgot her name. The other Cold Heart's A3, and now only one of them set to go. They've only gotten a couple turns so far, right? I'm probably going to lose that Soul Bond in a second, but never mind. My Cold Hearts come in, and they drop the hammers. So there it is, guys. I hope this helps. This is one of the most difficult secret rooms that I've ever completed. So if it does help you in some shape or form, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'm a growing YouTuber coming out with raid content on a consistent basis. So if you want to learn about this game, have fun playing it, and have fun beating it, definitely give me a subscribe and hit that like button so that other people can see my content as well. I'm Lord Darth Balls. I'll catch you on the next video. Enjoy your raid.